My name is OJ Wayne Chibuzo. I'm a Nigerian. My program here is Electrical Electronic Engineering, a level 200 student. I'm here to talk about two famous engineers that I've made research on. Their name is one, Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison. I'll start first with Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was a Serbian American inventor, electrical engineer stroke mechanical engineer, but was best known for his famous contribution to the design of modern AC current, that is alternating current. Tesla was born in July 1856 in Croatia and was from a family of 4 children. Nikola Tesla completed primary school. He was a very brilliant student and was able to perform the integral calculus in his head. But in process of growing up, pursuing his career, he had so many challenges. Nikola Tesla first, he's a dropout. His father wanted him to be a reverend father, but he had interest and hobby in engineering, designing of things, building things. But he contracted cholera and was bedridden for 9 months, was near to death. Before Tesla faced family pressure, his father wanted him to become a reverend, as I said. He had interest in engineering and finally went to college, excelling. He was a good student, having good grades, but had problem with his lecturer because he was an outlier. He did well, outstanding student, so he left the school and started gambling. Nicholas faced serious challenge. He started gambling, wasting his money, doesn't pay his school fees, traveled out of that country to another country, was mingling with hoodlums, doing bad things, but was later deported to his own country because he was lacking resident permit. After a while, the police took him back to the house. His father was trying to encourage him go back to school and become something useful in your life, but he never listened to the parents. And 5 years later, the father died, and the family tried to send him back to college, of which he agreed going back to college, but was having problem in his language courses. He never had any grades there, so he was not officially a student, but was attending lectures, teaching his classmates. There he left and started working as a craftsman, designing things, craftsman, and later on he worked with Thomas Edison, of which I'm going to talk about later on in this interview. Nikola Tesla made several achievements. He had about 400 patents as an engineer, 400 patents, of which he was the co-founder of alternating current supply, the radio, the X-ray, of which many hospitals are using now, the light bulb. He developed how the lights can be more efficient in our modern day world. And he also had a quote, of which he said, "Scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly." One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. That is a quote, a famous quote from Nicholas Thomas. And secondly, Thomas Edison was an American inventor and business tycoon. He developed many devices that greatly influenced life around the world. The motion, e.g., the motion picture that I enjoy so much, the motion picture. Yeah, this is what I'm using now. He was one of the first inventors to apply the principle of mass production, large-scale teamwork. He was a good entrepreneur. The early life of Edison. Edison was born in Milan, or Hill to be precise, and grew up in Port Huron. He was 7th child and the last child of his parents. Edison was a humble child, but also he faced some challenges. The challenges that Edison faced at his early stage, Edison had a partial deafness. He couldn't hear clearly due to accident he had on a train, and at the middle of his career, he started selling newspaper. He had the right to sell newspaper on the roads. On roads, he began the Edison entrepreneur venture as he discovered his talent as a businessman. His talent eventually led him to found 14 companies in the United States. 14 companies. During these challenges, Edison had some failures. Edison thought he could develop a certain system for retrieving remaining valuable iron ores from exhausted mines for him to be able to manufacture something. The idea was crushed. Unfortunately, the system never worked. He failed totally, but he never gave up. That is one of his quotes. He never gave up. He kept trying, and now today he's having 1,093 patents, of which not all engineers had. He had 1,093 patents. Patent is the right for you to invent and sell your design. The achievements of Edison: the parallel circuit, of which many of us are using now in our various homes; the durable light bulb; the fluorescent light bulb was modified and developed by Edison; an improved dynamo; the underground conductor network; safety fuse and insulator materials. Those are the achievements of, and so many more that Edison developed. Quotes: the advice they have for these upcoming engineers like us. A quote from Edison: our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always try just one more time. Just keep trying one more time. From Edison. And second, many of life failure are people who did not realize how close they were to their success. So those are the few things I got about the two engineers that I've made research on, and it's a real great encouragement to me, and I've thought it wise to stop and never to give up in my challenges.